Alright, I'm gonna do a semi-Tsubaki tutorial. Just gonna go over like the basic game plan, some things to look out for with her, some things you can do against her, her strengths, weaknesses, you know, sort of like that. It's not gonna be too structured, because there's only like certain things I want to touch on. Hopefully this will be like 10 minutes, might be 15, maybe 20 minutes. It might go on a bit, but hopefully not. Been wanting to make this for a while, but didn't have enough confidence in my knowledge with her to really say like I could, you know, properly inform about a lot of things about her. But now I think I have that knowledge, so I'm just gonna go over it. I'm gonna go over some of the stuff I've learned in my time playing with her. So, Tsubaki is a rushdown character. She has these very stubby normals. 5e, which is this, is basically her longest range normal. Her sweep, 3cc, is fairly long, but also fairly short, fairly slow, so I wouldn't really count that as making her not stubby. And this, 6C, is a bit of a risky move to use, and slower than 5E. So, for all purposes, like this is one of Tsubaki's best buttons. It's her longest practical button. But so she's a short range rushdown character with extremely good pressure. Let me set to blocking. She has extremely good pressure, but she's stubby, so even though her pressure is very good, she has to take some risks on getting in, and the frame advantage, disadvantage on a lot of her stuff is a little minus, if not 0. So barrier keeps her out fairly well, because every time she gets pushed back, she has to take these short micro dashes to stay in. During those micro dashes, she can be mashed out. So her strength and pressure is counteracted by weakness in stubbiness, and it's a fair weakness because her pressure is so strong. Definitely among the strongest for basic characters. So if you are having problems blocking her, figuring out where you can mash her out, that's by design. Because she's supposed to have all these options, because she's so stubby, and you know, she's rushed down. So that's kind of strengths and weaknesses. One thing about Tsubaki is that all of her normals, basically all of them, can be mashed out twice. So there's like a second version of each button. So this is 2B, and then this is 2B, this is 2BB, and you can't access 2BB without first pressing 2BB. And so you might think this makes Tsubaki a very mashy character, but the thing about that is that if you try to just mash brainlessly like 5BB, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen because 5BB has less range than 5B. So if you're not point blank, you know, you're gonna whiff and then bad times. The thing about these mashy normals is that between all of them, they basically act as frame traps, because you can delay them. You can't delay them too much, or it just resets back to neutral. But you can delay them, and if you delay it properly, each of them can become a a sort of annoying frame trap that, if you mash out at the inappropriate time, you're gonna get counter hit, and if the Tsubaki is actually intentionally frame trapping you, that counter hit is going to lead into a combo. So one pretty clear usage of that is so I just recorded something real quick. Now I'm gonna and then counter. Well, I kind of screwed it up because I want to mash around after. See? I wanted to mash it after 6 speed, not before 6 speed. That's just very basic. It's a little finicky because she's so stubby, but it is pretty dangerous to mash Tsubaki if they really know what they're doing. I do not know I do not really know what I'm doing, so I don't go for that tricky frame traps everywhere stuff. Just try to keep basic pressure up. One frame trap that you do need to learn to deal with, because it's basically one of the best things she can do in the air by default, is just IAD or whatever. IAD, JC, stagger, JCC. So I'll record that now. I'm not sure if that does it. Too short. Too short. I swear I played this character not very well. I think that's it. Yep. So if you if you are disrespecting her pressure, then if you're disrespecting her pressure and are very mashy, and you're not mashing DP during those gaps in frames, then you're gonna eat a counter hit. Sorry. So that's sort of a very basic understanding of her normals. Probably the biggest and funnest thing about Tsubaki is her charge cancels. She can cancel she can cancel the recovery of almost any of her normals outside of 3C. She can cancel the recovery of almost any of her normals into 5D or 2D. 2D looks a little cool. And in canceling the recovery, it changes the recovery of the normals. So I don't know 5B's recovery offhand, but 5B, 5D becomes -5, and while -5 is kind of bad, the thing about 5B is it happens so fast, and it has pretty good range that even though it's negative, it's very unlikely to be punished unless you have a very fast 5B, like Susanoo or whatever. You're not punishing this with 5A because you're not even in range to deal with it if Tsubaki's abusing it from maxish range. So I'd say 5B, 5D is very important because it gives you something to do from maxish range. 5C, 5D is important. It's -2. It's negative, but it happens very fast. So you can sort of sneak up and do a command grab, or just continue pressure. If you have properly conditioned the opponent, they're not going to mash out at -2 frames because they're going to expect you to do something like 5cc, 6dv, and you know they just don't expect the pressure to end there, to be reset there. They're not mashing you out. At least that's the case. That's the case that they're properly conditioned and you know, taught to fear mashing. 5cc is very good. It's 0, so you know it just completely resets back to even neutral. The thing about 5cc is it's a bit predictable because it generally comes around the end of your string, so like it generally comes around the end of your string, so you know, wary opponents might be a little more likely to mash from it. The other thing about 5cc, 5D, is that it pushes fairly far back, even without barrier. So, dealing, mashing when you like, mashing to try to take advantage of Tsubaki's negative frames is a little hard when it comes to dealing with their charge canceling, just because it happens so fast. But if you are wary about it, then like, this pressure is fake, but it's kind of not fake because you can make it real by actually, you know, following it up with your Gatlings to lead to counter hits on mashing opponents. But like, it's pretty hard to look out for this. It's pretty hard to look out for Tsubaki canceling into 5D, 2D. So it's mostly just something to be aware of. So you can sort of see how Tsubaki is. You can sort of see why Tsubaki's pressure is so strong because like she doesn't really have great mix-up options, at least in regards to overheads. There's 6A, which is fairly slow. It's 24 frames, I think. And then there's hammer, which is 28 frames. And if 28 frames doesn't sound slow, it's not really slow. But the thing about 22X hammer, the thing about 22X is that it is 28 frames, and in Blaze Blue, Gauntlet Hades for Ragna, you know, his overhead, that is 20 frames, and that's kind of like baseline for fast, hard to react overhead. So Tsubaki hammer is like, you know, almost 50% slower than Gauntlet Hades. It's very reactable. Like, Gauntlet Hades is pretty reactable if you're really on top of your game, and you know, it's not online, but so Tsubaki, so hammer 22X, it's pretty reactable, but what makes hammer a little scary is it can come just about anywhere in Tsubaki's string. You can do 5A 2X for some reason. 5A 2X, you can do 5B 2X, you can do 6B 2X. 6B is a low, standing low, a little scary, but not really if you know Tsubaki. You can do 6BB 2X, blah blah blah. So, like, if you can't really block hammer, it's just because you're not really looking out for it and you're not too comfortable with Tsubaki. But if you understand Tsubaki, you'll definitely know a lot of the places to look for hammer. Like 6B 22X, that's a low high. 6BB 22X, low low high. 2B, you know, low high. 2B 6A 22X. I don't know why you do that, but that's a low, high, high. You sort of get the picture. The thing about hammer is it has high startup, so it can be you can mash Tsubaki out of it pretty. If you're a mashy player, he gets punished for going for it. Sometimes it trades. You can anti-air her out of it, you know, if you really, like, 28 frames is pretty slow, so if you're really mashing your anti-air for some reason, you can pick her out of it. For a character like Jin has like a 5-frame 5A, right? But, you know, it whiffs on crouching. But against Hammer, you sort of just knock her out for free if you're just mashing the 5A. I'm not gonna recommend that, but there are, like, using Hammer and not getting punished for it is it's mostly something for the opponent to deal with. The thing about Hammer is, yeah, it's high startup, but it's this Hammer, 22F, 22B, it's 0 on block. 22D, her stock version, is +3, or +2. I think it's +3. So, like, you know, don't mash after Tsubaki does this. It's one of her few plus on block moves. And he deserves it because, you know, it costs a stock. So it makes sense. Her other plus on block move is this, but on block it pushes her a little far away, so it's not really too useful for that. You can't really make use of those plus frames. Man, this is already 16 minutes. This sucks. You can use spots to mash. So you can sort of figure out the spots to mash Tsubaki at. It's just stuff, like a lot of stuff Tsubaki uses to reset pressure is minus and at best 0 in case of 5cc 5D. But the thing about that is that Tsubaki can reset in a lot of places. So she can reset here. This is 6B. 6B is like -3, but look how fast it happens. So it's -3, but if you're trying to mash out a 6B, like, if Tsubaki's wise about you mashing, she can just delay 6BB, and then you're getting counter hit. You know, you can mash her out of 22X. Not super recommended, but, you know, it's just something that can happen. Here's some stagger pressure. You know, Tsubaki is very stubby, so if you're barriering, you can mash her as she tries to micro dash forward. 5B is a godlike button for Tsubaki. You can charge cancel it, and that's a fairly good option. But it's also her jump cancel on block. So, like, it's kind of hard to look out for 5B because she's generally gonna do it like from far away, or, you know, at the beginning of a string. So it's kind of hard to react to. But you should be aware of how good 5B is. No, 5B. You should be aware of how good 5B is and try to anticipate it. Rest assured, you're probably not going to be able to anticipate it a lot of times, but it's just something to be aware of. Your other jump cancel is 2C, but that's not too big of a deal because it's fairly stubby. So it's fairly stubby, but, you know, if somehow you're still close to them at the endish of a string or whatever, then it's good to throw out. Not to mention that, you know, if you're just jump canceling with 5B all the time, your opponent might wise up to it. So, like, you can mash out of Hammer, but at the end of the day, it's a little slow. The caveat behind hammer being slow is that you can enter into it from just about anywhere, and if your opponent blocks it, well, it's zero. It's zero on block. So, unless you're an IB god, you just have to accept hammer into your life. And, like, that's fine. The thing is, if you block hammer, so what? Tsubaki's not really gonna mix you up with high-low very well. She can do like 2B, 6A, raw 6A, 5A, 6A. But the thing about 6A is that she can only do it at the start because it's so stubby. So the later a string goes, you're just gonna push her out. So 6A isn't even an option. So if you can block hammer, then you're pretty well off in dealing with Tsubaki's pressure. Of course, that's avoiding the fact that Tsubaki has a 9-frame command grab, which is exceptionally good. But Tsubaki has this 9-frame command grab that's extremely stubby, to make up for the fact that it's 9 frames. But she has the command grab, she has regular grab, she has blah blah stagger pressure, blah blah. So like blocking Tsubaki pressure isn't too scary. It's trying to figure out when you can get out. And to be honest, it definitely is a little hard to get out of Tsubaki pressure, and that's by design because she's very stubby, and yeah, she's very stubby. She's a restaurant character, so she's supposed to have good pressure. That's one of the few. That's one of her strengths. Tsubaki has pretty good damage. She has really good damage with stocks, but you have to charge those stocks. So I don't think that's something to factor against her. Like overall, Tsubaki probably just has above average damage, but her strength is just her pressure. Her pressure is very, very good. And it's dealing with that pressure is the hard part about playing against Tsubaki. Not to mention, so here are some difficult things to deal with, and then I'll cut it off. This will probably be 25-30 minutes. I'll go with some slightly annoying stuff, and then I'll go to the really annoying stuff. So slightly annoying is her charging stars, 236X. All of her charging stars are negative, barely negative too. Not negative enough to like punish with 5B for most characters, but easy 5A, 2A punish. So this is negative, and then, to try to steal back my turn after it and avoid getting punished, I might do DP, like Ragna 214A DP, Tsubaki 214C DP. It's that basic dumb mix-up. That definitely is not very good, but it's just something to keep your opponent on their toes. So both the A and B version of Charging Star keep Tsubaki in front of her, but the very annoying Charging Star is the C version, which will, the very annoying version is the C version of Charging Star. That will cause Tsubaki to side switch with the opponent, and keep in mind every version of Charging Star is negative, but if blocked, Well, if blocked, you can't normally go into her Rekka follow-ups, right? So, yes, every Charging Star version is negative, but if you have stocks, you can cancel into her D versions of her Rekkas. So, you know, I might do 236A into 214D, and I can actually delay 214D to cause it to be a frame trap. So if you're trying to mash out of trying to mash out of Charging Star, because obviously it's negative, then, you know, I just frame trapped you. It costed a stock, but, you know, it's just another layer of the mind game. But the really annoying thing is 236C, 214D. So that'll cause the side switch, and, you know, you'll be negative, you'll be punishable, but then you cancel into 214D, and suddenly your Charging Star isn't punishable, though this is actually somewhat punishable. It's -7, but it kind of pushes the opponent a little far away, so it can be hard to punish her with a jab start or whatever. 2A5. And here is where, like, Tsubaki gets away with some really silly things. So any of her Rekka options can be followed into each other again on block if you cancel into her D version. So 236X into hammer, you can cancel. 236X into 214D, you can cancel. 214X into 22X, you can cancel. You can't go reverse. You can't do 214X into 236D. But you sort of get the idea. Like, although Tsubaki's Rekka options are unsafe, but she can make them safe, and because she generally pushes the opponent away, you know, it's hard to punish her. So she can get away with it. In particular, this is 236X into 22D. This is a pretty scrubby option, but it's pretty hard to deal with too. So, you know, you're just looking at this, and maybe you're trying to mash 5A, but then boom, here's an overhead. Actually, if you were mashing 5A, you probably would have hit her out of it, but whatever. So this is kind of dumb, but if you're getting hit by the 22D, then it's just because you don't, it's just because of matchup inexperience. So 236X into 22D is not a mix-up. There is no reason to block low after Charging Star, except if I'm gonna rapid cancel into 2BB. So if you see Tsubaki Charging Star at you, block high. And, you know, if for some reason Tsubaki's doing raw Charging Star without stocks and without 50 meter, then, you know, then you can safely mash her out after. But I mean, even then, you kind of you have to worry about if Tsubaki's gonna DP after. But like, you probably shouldn't challenge Tsubaki, the Tsubaki that knows what they're doing, after a failed Charging Star, because it's just too risky. Just block high. And you know, if she has meter, then she can go for this grimy stuff. But like, you see her go for the Charging Star, just block high, because it's not a mix-up. At the end of 236X, Tsubaki's negative, so she can't go into 2B because it's just too slow. You have like 15, 14 frames to mash her out, and you probably are gonna mash her out, you know, because it's Charging Star and it's negative. So, you know, just default block high if you see charging star. Here's something Tsubaki can do. She can charging star full screen into 2-2D. It seems very good, and in some ways it is, but it's very horizontal. It doesn't really, you know, you can just jump over it. What Tsubaki gonna do to, you know, what's she gonna do? If Tsubaki commits into charging star 2-2D and it doesn't connect with anything, she just lost the stock. She lost the stock and did nothing. So like, yeah, this charging star 2-2D thing is kind of dumb, but if you know about it, if you know that charging star cannot go into a low in a way, if you know it can't go into a low without resources, then you know, hey, if I see this come out, I can just default block high. And, you know, maybe instead of jabbing, you know, 5Aing out of it, you could take the higher risk and DP her out of it, because chances are she's not going to want to just, you know, end in raw charging star. She's either gonna RC it, or she's going to go for 2-2D. Then again, you know, the extra layer of mix-up is she just does nothing. She knows you're not going to mash her out, so she grabs or something. Whatever. But like, this is not a mix-up, so please block it high. Actually, from Rekka, Hammer's startup is a little faster. I think it's like 22 frames. So like, yeah, it's 22 frames from this, you know, significantly faster than 28 frames. But it's not a mix-up. It's not a mix-up because she just can't go low. So, you see charging frames just like that. I can't stress that enough. Like, charging star Hammer gets like, it's scrubby, but like Tsubaki kind of has to do it. Like, it earns a lot of unearned hits, but Tsubaki has to do it because charging star is minus. She can do this as well, but it's that's like level 2 option after people are comfortable just blocking high for Hammer. So the last thing to cover is Tsubaki's insane, keyword insane. I'm not joking. Tsubaki has insane wake up options. Asterisk with stocks. So Tsubaki on whiff or block, DP, he can follow up. Well, on whiff, she can follow up into air fireball, J2360. She can follow up into that. She can do this as well in case the opponent backs off and she can't connect with DP, so you know she can't rapid cancel. She can do this. She can do that. And then she can even RC it. It costs a shitload of resources, don't get me wrong. That's 1 stock and 50 meter. But whatever. But generally, let me see. Generally, this will take her pretty far. So on block, she can go into that. She can go into this. So on whiff and block, she can just go into any of these D versions. So like, if you're baiting her DP and you know you want to avoid her putting you in block stun so she can RC the DP, well, like, Tsubaki doesn't care. She's just gonna J2360, and you backed off, so now you can't even punish her for doing J2360. At least not easily. There's also Wake Up 623D, you know, her install version of Super. It has a little more horizontal range than 623D, so it's something she might go for if you know, you're backing off a little too hard, and 623C will whiff. It does cost a stock. So like typical Tsubaki Wake Up is just gonna look like this, and if you're not aware, then Tsubaki just got out for free. The distance might be a little greater, like right here. So it kind of, the thing about it is, the thing about her Wake Up is, it basically requires a lot out of the opponent to deal with. And if you don't deal with it perfectly, Tsubaki either gets out for free, or Tsubaki gets her turn back. She both gets out for free, and she gets her turn, because, you know, J2360 makes this orb come out, and, you know, if you try to mash, you might get hit by it. But, this right here, 623C into J214D, that's the real grinding tech, because there's almost nothing you can do to counterplay it besides like mashing your anti-air, but even that's pretty wild. But you can definitely punish this. It is hard, and you probably will not get it a lot of the time, especially if the DP is done in if it's done well, if it's putting you in block stun, and if the fireball's in an annoying place to deal with. But you can punish it, because during this period after J236D, Tsubaki cannot act. She cannot do anything all the way to the ground. She can do something if she does it really high up, but, you know, that's not the thing that matters here. So during this whole time where Tsubaki's falling down, Tsubaki's in counter hit state, which is a little hard to take advantage of, because, let me show. So the thing is, she's in counter hit state, but she's, you want to punish her while she's in the air, because if you wait, the longer you wait to punish her, the harder it is to punish her. So I'll try doing this. See, I let her get grounded, and she recovered. You can punish her. Oh, no. You basically have to just, you know, unleash your best air punish and hope she stops DPing, which she probably won't, because it's such a good option, and it's a very hard and very scrubby option. So if you are having trouble dealing with it, you know, it's hard. It's a scrubby option, but it's a good option. I do recommend labbing against it a little, just because if you don't lab for how to punish, you're probably never gonna punish it, except in like rare scenarios like this, where Tsubaki is just, you know, right in front of you, and the orb is a completely non-threat. But the thing is, even if Tsubaki does this point blank, you see that the J2 through 6D pushes her back in the air a little. So you do have to be mindful of that and not just like sit there and wait for 5C. So like to punish it optimally, you would do like you would do dash. You would do a micro dash, maybe a little longer than a micro dash, but you would dash and then you do something like 5B or 5C into whatever. Like, I don't know the optimal punish for it because I have no reason to learn it because there's not enough Tsubaki players. But if you want to, keep her from doing this stupid scrubby shit, or at least, you want to keep her, you want to make her think about it a little, then you need to learn how to punish it. Though, if she does this, then if she does this into RC, you're not punishing that. So like the bottom line is Tsubaki's wake up is really scary and it's really stupid. But that's kind of Tsubaki. Tsubaki is like kind of scary, and when she gets stocks, she's a little scary. She has access to some grimy stuff, but if you know what to look for, if you understand how she works a little, the grimy stuff is a little less scary. If Tsubaki can't do the grimy stuff, then she just has to play honest. She's a basic character. The grimy stuff is grimy, but it's not like complicated. It's just like 236X can be cancelled into her install versions of her Rekkas. And she's probably going to go into 22D. It's like her DP can be cancelled into both of her install air options. So if you're not very, very careful and you're not aware of these air options, she's just gonna get out for free every single time. And it's like, should I myself be playing this way as a player? Should I just like block on wake up? Yeah, I definitely should. But if people are not going to deal with it properly, then can I be blamed for it? Can I be blamed for like doing this on wake up all the time? Like if you keep disrespecting my wake up when my character has like insane wake up game, then why wouldn't I keep it? Like you should be blocking Tsubaki on wake up a lot until like even if you see this, it's punishable. If you block it on wake up, it's punishable. You have to be on point to punish it, but it's punishable. And like doing this is level 1 mix-up. It's like the level 1 of dealing with Tsubaki. After Tsubaki sees you can deal with that, then maybe she'll go into that, because that's like level 2. And then when Tsubaki sees that, oh, I probably shouldn't be DPing like an idiot all the time, then you can get Tsubaki to block. Like, if I had perfect wake up timing, like, why wouldn't I just DP on wake up all the time? It's so good and no one knows how to punish it, so why wouldn't I do it all the time? I don't need to do it. I'm comfortable just blocking. But if people are going to do like risky stuff like, wake up into trying to meaty me with an overhead, why wouldn't I do this? Why would I not wake up DP all the time? So yeah, that's the 10-20 minute tutorial on Tsubaki that turned into 45 minutes. So there you